Kiss, Bob Dylan. I have put out dozens of records. I've toured around the world. I've been on Oprah, The Tonight Show. I was a question on Jeopardy. One of my crown achievements was having my gold lame mariachi suit on display at the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. Yes. Whether you like it or not, I'm a part of American history. And now I'm here with you. On a Tuesday night opening for myself. It's part of the downward spiral. And here I am to explore depression, grief, woe. Love is elusive. Anger takes up too much energy, but sadness sucks the soul right out of you. And speaking of from a place of despair, like Gilroy, speaking from a place of despair is speaking with passion. So tonight I'm going to show some of that passion. So, hello world, hear the song that we're singing? Come on, let's get unhappy. Thank you. We're going to do some songs. Is there any more light, perchance? Thank you. Great. You ready, Mr. Paul?
Sure.
But we're going to wing it. Here we go.
Oh, great.
I'll have some Red Bull. He's catching the red eye to become a citizen, like I mentioned.
Ready?
Yes. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. But in theory, when you wish upon a star, it's already 1,000,000 years after the fact. That star is dead, just like your dreams. Thank you, Disney. In 1972, I was 12 years old, and I had a wonderfully tragic experience at the Tragic Kingdom. I was arrested and sent to Disneyland jail. They have the cutest Mickey Mouse handcuffs. It was me and my cousin were sent backstage, and there we saw Goofy and Mickey without their heads. And it was there I learned the boundaries of Disneyland. As a child, I was taught Tom Sawyer's Island goes on behind those bushes. There's another land after Tomorrowland. But backstage, I learned the boundaries of Disneyland. And it was at that moment at 12 years old, I go, when I grow up, I want to live in a world that has no boundaries of creativity. And ladies and gentlemen, I've tried to live my life that way. And these are the lessons I learned from those two long blonde-haired teenage shoplifters at Disneyland jail. Now the reason I was sent to jail is because me and my cousin were stabbing the snowflakes on the Monsanto ride journey into the voyage into interspace or something like that. For those of you who do not know, take it down just a little bit. For those of you who do not know, Monsanto is one of the 33 companies that helped Disney build Disneyland. Monsanto, if you don't know, invented Roundup, DDT, Agent Orange, but one of the most evilest things they invented was Terminator technology. And Terminator technology is not an Arnold Schwarzenegger hasta la vista technology. It's the idea is that they made sterile seeds that would not reproduce seeds that could grow, cutting the cycle of regeneration with them. So a farmer would have to go to the farm of Monsanto, register, buy new seeds, thus controlling plants, controlling food, and controlling life. That is Monsanto. Now, needless to say, as a child, unbeknownst to me, I assumed I was making a stab for humanity as I was stabbing those snowflakes. And I'm glad to say that Monsanto ride is no longer there at Disneyland. I like to feel I had a small fist in that. Now, within my first year of being Elvez, I was lucky enough to have meetings with Disney. Disney called me and they liked Elvez. They said, "You're a positive role model. You have gumption. We like your little accent and little mustache. We could be like Cantinflas." And they loved me. And I thought, this is pretty good. To me, it was kind of like an R. Kelly moment, and not like in a P dossier kind of way, but more in a, I believe I can fly. If Disney was after me, I was on the right track. I was doing something right. And I said, I'm gonna follow my own heart. I'm gonna delve deeper. I'm gonna talk about Chicano rights, women's rights, the government's wrongs. I'm gonna talk about revolution. I'm gonna talk about sex. And as I went to their idea, darker and darker, Disney forgot about me. But that was good. I think I was fighting the good time. But at the same time, I know they forgot about that meeting, but I know they remember my name. Remember like fame, they remember my name. Because a little bit while later, there was another Robert Lopez that they started working with. Now this Robert Lopez was a satirist, comic songwriter, and he started very dark. He did this wonderful play called Avenue Q. And then he wrote a lot of the music and songs for South Park, the uncut version. Then he did the Book of Mormon, and then he was working with Disney, and he did Frozen and the wonderful Coco that I just finally saw on the plane back from Europe. And it's a good film to see on the plane because it's all about death and Dia de los Muertos. So as he was getting lighter and lighter, I was going darker and darker, and it reminded me of a quote from Dante's Inferno. The further I delved into the forest, after a while I realized I had lost my path. So I'd like to dedicate this song to Robert Lopez, which one he might be. The one who became rich and famous, the one who was here on a Tuesday night. This is a song to Robert Lopez. It goes like this. Please forget me. Sometimes I'd wish you'd die. Please forget me. Yes, you made me cry. I will travel far away to keep you from my heart. I sing aloud how glad I am each day we are apart. Please forget me. You can't change who you are. Don't think of me. Each time you hear a bad guitar, no, we can't be together. That's the way it has to be. Never in my arms again. Please forget me. I believed I could fly. I believed I could touch the sky. Bye bye. Bye bye. Goodbye.
Someone to watch.
Ooh, I forgot I was going to do that one. I'm going to do that one instead. Thank you. This is an American standard, someone to watch over me. When I was a child, I thought it was someone to wash over me because my grandmother used to go, "I'm washing you, I'm washing you." And then later I thought it was the idea of to be awash with emotion. And then later I went to the big brother idea of someone to watch over you. And this is a love song, and It's a modern love song, and modern days called for modern appliances. And for a gay single man, there's a modern appliance called Grindr. And I just got a tab. Well, I'll save this for later. So the idea of love is all around, no need to waste it. Someone will go down or even take it. You just might make it after all. Meow. With Grindr, you do not have to be alone if you choose to be, and if you're not choosy. And technology has also helped us keep love alive with things like Facebook and Instagram and Pity Patty and Chitter Chatter, with all those little things. It's the idea of keeping a love alive long after it's ended. And it's not really like stalking. It's just checking in, like in rehab. So this is my vote for a new American standard about love, and maybe it is about someone to watch over me. It goes something like this. I Google you when the day is done and there's nothing left to do. I find pictures that you've forgotten you were in, put up by your friends. I Google you when it's late at night and I don't know what to do. I read your journals that you kept that month in France. I've watched you dance, and I'm pleased your name is practically unique. Just you and a would-be PhD in Chesapeake, who writes papers on the structure of the sun. I've read each one. And I know that I should let you fade, but there's that box and there's your name, and nothing makes the pain grow less or fade or disappear. I should save my soul, crawl back into my hole, but it's so easy just to fold and type your name again. I Google you when I'm all alone and feeling blue. And each scrap of information that I gather seems to say you found somebody new. And I know it shouldn't matter. I wanna blow up my computer, but I don't. I just sigh and Google you. Ready now is someone to watch. Whatever I'm thinking about. I'm through with love. I'll never fall again. Said adieu to love, don't ever call again, for must have you on no one. And so I'm through with love. Goodbye to spring and all it used to be. It can never bring what it meant to me, for must have you on no one. And so I'm through with love. Why did you leave me? To prove you could share. You didn't need me, for you had your share of slaves around to hound you and share with deep emotion, devotion to you. I've locked my heart, I'll keep my feelings there. Said I'd stock my heart in icy, frigid air, for must have you on no one. And so I'm through with love. Take it down, boys, take it down. Now I always thought that line, I stock my heart in icy, frigid air, very romantical. When the police broke into Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment, in the refrigerator they found 2 severed heads, 5 penises, 2 limbs, but in the icebox was a human heart. Home is where the heart is, but where go the liver and spleen? Now, as a child in San Diego, California, I always knew that cannibalism was a taboo, but it always seemed to pop up in popular culture. When I was a kid, we had a radio show called KGB, Shotgun Tom Kelly, and there was a song, number 11 on the top Billboard charts by the Buoys, like a boy, B-O-U-Y, and it was about a song called Timothy, and it was about 3 miners who went into a mine and got trapped. Only 2 got out. They would sell their soul for just a piece of meat. This song was written by Rupert Holmes, who would later ask the musical question, do you like pina coladas? There was also the film Soylent Green with Charlton Heston's Soylent Green is made out of people! My biology teacher, I was sure he was one of the survivors of the Alive tragedy. Alive tragedy, if you don't know, was soccer players from Peru who slammed into the Andes, and all they had to eat was each other, besides the little green after-dinner mints. It was a tragic story. Also, the idea of religion, Catholicism, was all about cannibalism. Take this is my body, eat from it. Take this is my blood, drink from it. The idea of Jesus was offering cannibalism, how bad could it be? When Jeffrey Dahmer was in the Wisconsin Portage Bay Correctional facilities are the same kind of thing. He was born again and went Catholic, and I was just imagining the ideas of Sunday service, the father saying at communion, body of, never mind. The whole idea of parental raising too, of the mother holding the baby, I could just eat you, you're so cute, I want to eat your chubby cheeks, your fat, I just want to eat you. And which makes you think, what goes with baby? But baby carrots, yes. But also the idea of love, sex, analingus, fellatio, cunnilingus, the whole idea of consuming your lover. It is the idea of 2 trying to become 1. Now that's what Jeffrey wanted. He had sad sales of trying to create a zombie lover, someone who would never leave him, someone who would always be here or here. Why did you eat me? To prove you could care. You didn't need me, 'cause you had your share of slaves around to hound you and share with sweet emotion, devotion to you. I've locked my heart, I'll keep my feelings there. Said I locked my heart in icy frigid air, and I mean to care for no one, 'cause I'm through with love. Said I'm through with love. Love, love at first bite. Set it up. Yes. Here's a song that needs no introduction, but I'm gonna do it anyways. It's a song that needs no words because it speaks for itself. It's a song from my past about my present. In a little while from now, if I'm not feeling any less sour, I promise myself, treat myself, and visit a nearby tower. Climbing to the top, throw myself off in an effort to make it clear to who wants to know what it's like when your life's shattered, standing in the lurch at a church with people saying, my God, that's tough, he stood 'em up. No point in us remaining, we may as well go home as I did on my own, alone again, naturally. It seems to me that there are more hearts broken in this world than can be mended, left unattended. What can we do? What do we do? Looking back over the years and whatever else disappears, I remember I cried when my father died, never wishing to hide the tears. At 65 years old, my mother, God rest her soul, couldn't understand how the only man she had ever loved had been taken, leaving her to start with a heart so badly broken. Despite encouragement from me, no words were ever spoken. And when she passed away, I cried and cried all day, alone again, naturally, alone again, naturally. Thank you. on antidepressants for a little while. And the whole journey with antidepressants is the doctors put you on many medications because each one has different side effects and different effects to your body, to your psychic, to your penis. So I have a list of my doctors. I've been on so many, and it's a journey trying to find a path that will keep you from too high, too low, to feel you normalized, so you can work as a regular human being, and not to dull your senses, I would hope. So, anyways, here's a little song of all the medications I have tried. I put it to music. I'm making my depression work for me. So here's a little song about my, I should bring Kleenexes with me, about my medical journey. It goes something like this. It's like a train. I've tried everything, man, I've tried everything. If depression is your thing, Sam, tears of the I sing, man, to help me with my mood swings, I've tried everything. I chose Sexa, Zoloft, Zelmid, Vivalan, Prozac, Gamonil, Paxil, Marzipan, Lustra, Capilex, Lexapro, Tetron, Luvox, Zelafar, Selvan, Indopan, Illific, Victoril, Paxil, Aspirin, trying out the game, so I tried it once again. I've tried everything, man, I've tried everything. If depression is your thing, Sam, tears of the I sing, man, to help me with my mood things, I've tried everything. Now you know, you do not have to always go to Big Pharma. I sing the body electric. They say that the body has the power, the healing with the proper diet, vitamin, and minerals, or a guru that you can heal yourself. You can press that depression out of you like a cold press from San Francisco. These are the things I've tried. I tried yoga, Tai Chi, transcendental meditation, hot tea, cold tea, caffeine-free relaxation, foot rub, body scrub, hot tub, masturbation, no sugar, no carbs, low fat, no fermentation, hot bath, church bath, sensory, deprivation, ISIS, hypnotism, cultist, instant. I've tried everything, man, I've tried everything. If depression is your thing, Sam, tears of the I sing, man, to help me with my mood thing, I've tried everything. Twice. Thank you. Okay. Let's try the twinkle, twinkle little star. Yes. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, F, U, C, K. Tell her I said hello. No, I'm gonna talk. Keep it up. That's a children's song. I think it's also Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. No, I do a little monologue right here. I'm gonna talk about children. I believe that children are the future. Teach them well and something, something, something. I don't know the words. Whitney Houston, another star who has died. I think all my heroes have died. I need to get better heroes. Or maybe it's my choices, yes. Or maybe Billy Joel is right again. Only the good die young. And I should be happy that I'm just so-so. But I believe the children are the future. But when I was a kid, we used to say, no future. We got that from punk rock, the Sex Pistols. And I think the Sex Pistols got it from kind of like a hippie, sha-la-la-la-la-la, live for today and don't worry about tomorrow anyways, which was written by the hippies. And the punk rockers wanted to kill the hippies, so it's like the vicious circle of life. And I believe that you should live for today, because today is a gift. And And that's why they call it the present. But you should save the receipt because you might want to exchange it. And the children are the future, but I know I will not have children. The fuck stops here. There will be no Lopez's. But I'm glad that I have the opportunity, well, within the last regime, to have children. I now have the opportunity to get married. I can have children, and so much is different now with the LGBT community. When I was a kid, it was just F. And we didn't have to think about things like children and divorce, sending kids through college, and now we can. We know we are an economic demographic for us. When I was a kid, we didn't have to think of that. We were God's chosen people. We were rebels. We didn't have to think about that kind of stuff. And the idea of having children, like my drummer Slim is about to have a child. They send out wedding announcements for creepy Evans. It's a long story, I'll tell you later. But I'm glad I'm not having children, because the idea of bringing children into this world just breaks my heart. And the whole idea of your child loves you. It's like a little boyfriend or a girlfriend. You have pictures, look how proud. And then at 13, they want nothing to do with you. And at 16, they hate you. And that's another vicious circle of life. Yes. And so apples being tasty, horrible now, how do you explain to that kid? Or the idea of, when I was a kid, there was just one homeless person, Hobo Joe, and he had a polka-dotted sack on the end of a stick. So I'd like to dedicate this song to all you parents, not like a Hitler would, I salute you. But I dedicate this song to you. You're doing something great, but I sure hell wouldn't want to do it. So this song is for you, and it goes like this. I see smoke of black, red fire too. I see them burn for me and for you. And I say to myself, what a horrible world. I see lies of blue, red and the white. Our day is through, and so is the night. And I think to myself, what a horrible world. Man's a muddy rainbow that's bound to die. See it in the faces going by. They don't look up. What do they do? They're really saying, I hate you. You. I hear babies cry. I hate that sound. There are still those say the world isn't round, and I say to myself, what a horrible world. And I think to myself, an unwonderful world. Thank you. Would you like one more or Elvez? One more. I think we got one more in us. Big smile, smile. Is everyone unhappy? Yes! We have gone forward into time, but we have gone back. It is 1939. Everyone who would like to fight the Nazis, well, now you can. Fight for civil rights. Save the world from plant genocide, for global warming. It's all back and all here for you. Welcome and bienvenue. Welcome in cabaret, un cabaret, un cabaret. And life is a cabaret. And life imitates art. We just need a better picture to imitate. 1939, the number. Another bummer. Sound of the funky drummer. You gotta give us what we need. You gotta give us what we need. Our power of speech, or is power or death. We got to fight the powers. Fight the powers that be. Now, I was lucky enough to meet Chuck D in Memphis, Tennessee at Sun Studios. He recognized me and he goes, man, I was just talking about you. And I got him to sign, autograph a postcard of Elvis Presley. He goes, oh man. And then he slapped me. That was, to me, was a truly happy moment. I do once in a while have happy moments. Now you gotta take those happy moments and like string them together like a pearl necklace, like a happy noose to hang yourself when times are really bad. Now Chuck D also said, what we need is awareness. We can't afford to be careless. But America in this last election, I mean, that's old news. I gotta rewrite this. We haven't done the show in a bit. 42% of the people did not vote. That's millions of people. We are in a time when people could care less. And it's very special hard for me because me, Elvis, the Mexican Elvis, my father voted for Trump. And it was a shock to my system because at that point I realized you become your parents whether you like it or not. It was very fun, interesting at those times arguing with my father because I go, is this what it's like arguing with your future self? And when we did the Elvis for Prez tour that year, we only did a couple shows and it wasn't, people didn't want to see, maybe I stayed at the political party too long, maybe the light blew out like a candle in the wind, I don't know. It just wasn't the same that year. And it's been a tough year, and I listen to way too much NPR. I am full of information of doom and gloom. And you know, like Adam said, once you get the apple, knowledge can only make you sad. I think Steve Jobs said that. Apple can only make you sad. But the more you know, the more depressed you grow. When you learn how the world economies work, how money and power stays at the top, how education is meant for those who can afford it, how healthcare is only meant for the people who can afford it. It's a very messed up world, and especially at this turn of 30 immigration time, which I started singing in 88, immigration, nothing has changed. So it's been a very tough year. So this song is dedicated to these feelings of this past year, and it's not as much as a protest song, but almost I give up. Overcome with too much information, and this is a song about that. We are overcome. We are overcome. We are overcome today. Deep in my heart, I do believe that we are overcome today. We are so afraid. We are so afraid. We are all afraid today. Deep in my heart, I do believe that we are overcome today. Sweet dreams are through. Things I know cannot come true. Why can't I give up the hope and search for something new instead of having sweet dreams about you? We can't live in peace. We can't live in peace. We don't live in peace today. Deep in my heart, I do believe that we are overcome today. Thank you. Good night.